Appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'm your host, Gabos, and we back on another one. We got how Drake just got exposed for lying. Apparently, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the beef between him and Kendrick, but apparently a lot of people are saying that Drake ultimately caught the L and has been getting exposed for lying recently, especially when it came to the conversation about a potential mole. Listen, Drake doesn't take too many L's, at least in my lifespan, in which Drake has been hot for the past decade, a little over a decade. We have the Pusha T beef that he kind of just, respectfully bowed out because there was no coming back from that. And now apparently people are saying like this is the worst. Like Kendrick did him bad. Sorry, you Drake fans, Drake stands. It's not looking good for your boy, but we're gonna get into how Drake just got exposed for lying.
Just when we thought things couldn't get possibly any worse for Drake after Kendrick Lamar just embarrassed him and destroyed his image in a way like we have never seen before with diss songs that were not just strong lyrical attacks, but that have also become some of the biggest songs in the music world in quite some time. The last line of defense for Drake has been destroyed as after a mysterious user went online and exposed some beef-altering information about Drake. Where once, despite the victory lap Kendrick Lamar is having right now with Not Like Us, some people were still vouching for Drake, with some of his most loyal fans even going as far to claim that he was the winner of this entire feud. Now, as his defense strategy against Kendrick's attacks has been proven to be an all-out lie, it's clear that this doesn't just make Drake look horrible, but that he has never been in a worse place in his entire career. And when the public finds out about his attempt at deceiving everyone and spinning a false narrative to try to tear down another man and protect himself, he is only going to continue to plummet from grace. So when it comes to the most recent event in what seems like the never-ending downfall of Drake, after an insane Friday where new rappers began to diss him, things have already spiraled out of control from here, as on social media, a mysterious user who nobody knows the actual identity of came out with a series of posts that have unfolded a lot of the truth about this entire feud, as they posted a video showing all of the items from the cover art of Kendrick Lamar's diss track Meet the Grams. And in addition to showing off all of the objects in the cover that revealed to us some shocking truths about Drake,
What's the
whoever
truth?
was taking the video played Meet the Grams on a laptop in the background, and they also showed off New York City from what seems to be Brooklyn. And if this wasn't enough, the user captioned the post, "King Kendrick is not a liar and I am not a thief." And then from here, he went on to say that both Drake and DJ Academics need to retract their claims of these items being stolen, or his attorney will take legal action against them. And wow. Between the cryptic video with Meet the Grams playing in the background to the fact that the guy is giving Drake and Academics an ultimatum to follow his requests, this post in of itself feels like something straight out of a Batman movie. But beyond this alone, this user did not stop here, as he followed this up with another tweet calling out Drake again, where he showed off a photo of a hotel lobby that Drake was seemingly in and tells the OVO rapper that he discarded the suitcase of items here and again. With all these cryptic hints, it makes this entire thing feel like it's coming from the Riddler, and if you think things couldn't get more insane, he followed this up with even more posts that accuse Drake of hiding a lot more secrets that he knows about. And while there are a lot more mysterious things that this user alludes to that are hard to piece together in full, what he makes clear is that his motive for doing all this is that because of Drake losing these items, and then accusing either the user himself or other people close to him of stealing them, people lost their jobs, and because of this, he's trying to expose Drake and get him back for the damage he has caused in his own life, which is supported by his own words in one post that states, "You have inserted yourself in between me and my money. Move, humble yourself, and tell the truth." And from this, while we don't know what the full extent of this user's issues with Drake are, what's important here is that by posting a video of all the items that DJ Academics claim were stolen off of Drake's dad, and that Drake claimed were sent directly to Kendrick Lamar by the fake mole that Kendrick believed he had in OVO, both of these claims have been debunked, as when you line up all of the facts, it's clear that there was no setup and that Drake just had these items on him, and more importantly, by this user showing that such things as the receipts that were discarded by Drake were from July 17th, 2023, which was the same night he performed at the Barclays Center. We see that the timeline of Drake's whereabouts and the items in question add up, and that in fact, the person who is holding all of this is being truthful about the nature of everything. And after Drake released The Hard Part 6 and tried to spin a completely different story
to not doing in that music video, by the way, I know it's random, but like, it's just he never even fit. I don't get what the scheme was here, but okay.
And after Drake released The Hard Part 6 and tried to spin a completely different story to not just save his own image, but to make Kendrick Lamar look like the loser in this beef, we see now that he really did take that line of defense from fan theories on social media because oh my god. What all this evidence shows is that Drake has been sitting on a throne of lies during this entire beef. Now, if you don't remember on The Hard Part 6, Drake told Kendrick that the people he is getting information from are working for him and that they plotted for a week to feed Kendrick all the information he used in his diss tracks, which range from such things as that Drake had an 11-year-old daughter, to, of course, that the items used on the cover art of Kendrick's diss tracks were all set up to play out some sort of inside joke on him. And while Drake never explaining what this joke actually was already made most people believe that he was just making this thing up from thin air, with there being evidence now that the case is in the hands of somebody who does not have any affiliation to Drake, it's clear that everything we have speculated about The Hard Part 6 is true, and that Drake just made up these claims out of nowhere. And now that we know that Drake set up Kendrick and has now been factually proven to be wrong, because if Drake's story on the song doesn't align with the reality of him losing these items almost a full year ago, and the fact that they are on the hands of somebody who is not just unaffiliated with Drake and OVO, but is going to sue them himself. More than ever, we are seeing that Drake lied right to our faces and expected people to eat this up, and while in rap beef, it's expected that an MC will bend the truth and fabricate reality to make their opponents look weak. Making a defense track where Drake tries to clear up his name not by showing us facts, but by gaslighting people poses some more complicated questions about everything around him and this beef in its entirety. Now, when we look at a song like Family Matters, as Drake's claims about Kendrick not giving back to his community and Baby Keem ghostwriting for him were disproven seemingly off rip, as with a single Google search, you can see that Kendrick has been awarded for helping his hometown. And with Baby Keem, Kendrick has actually been the one writing and doing reference tracks for him. It was already clear that so much of what Drake was saying about Kendrick was straight up lies, and even with some of the bigger allegations like the ones about his wife and his business partner Dave Free being the father of his kid, with so many of the claims that have come out of Drake's mouth now being proven to be a straight out lie, I think it's safe to say that even with these bigger claims, Drake most likely didn't have the factual evidence to back these things up and was just trying to smear Kendrick, and in the grand scheme of it all, tear down his personal and business lives from the inside, which is just crazy. And as Kendrick and everybody around him has unfolded, and matter of fact, they've only used what Drake has thrown out to make their diss tracks as scathing as they are, and at the same time, Drake has now been proven to be a sheer and utter liar about what he revealed to us in The Hard Part 6 about the grand setup of his entire plan to destroy Kendrick Lamar. I don't even know how, but Drake just keeps finding ways to look even worse, as with this piece of information, we now have confirmation that the already extremely scrutinized Hard Part 6 was
let me know in the comment section. Do you guys find Drake looking worse after this beef? Honestly, both these guys are so high up in the game, bro. Like, what does a year where Drake catches an L look like? Like, is his music not going to be a hit? Is it not going to get every play around radio stations and streaming platforms? Like, niggas is not going to stop listening to Drake because of this. And it's so, I don't know, like, it's kind of hard to, like, this anonymous person with some of these merchandises from Drake's luggage, apparently, that was stolen, whatnot. Like, who is this guy? Now he's out here threatening to hit Drake and academics with a lawsuit. Like, it's, my God, bro. What's the word I'm looking for, bro? It'll probably come to me, but y'all let me know if y'all think Drake has really taken a significant L, because we're not entering a world where Drake gets canceled because of this beef with Kendrick. It's just not happening, bro.
Drawn up from the completely delusional mind of Drake, and the fact that he tried to act so calculated and battle-tested, although he just gaslit everybody into believing such an illogical lie and expected us to sit there and praise him for it, more than just showing how Kendrick pushed him into a corner and made him act like an absolute clown. In the greater sense, this shows that overall, Drake clearly has a complex where he doesn't just underestimate and lack the respect for such skilled, respected, and successful MCs as Kendrick Lamar, but beyond the rap game, he doesn't even think his fans are smart enough to read the room around them and see what's really going on, which sets a scary precedent. The fact that one of the biggest stars in the world really thought people would believe this ridiculous story really shows what Drake thinks of the intelligence level of the people listening to his music in general, and the fact that he has been proven now to be a sheer and utter liar. While for Drake fans, this still may be a sad day because you can no longer cope with this insane theory that he set Kendrick Lamar up and tricked him into believing that he is a horrible person and a creep. Overall, with Drake being proven to be a straight out liar who has tried to destroy the reputation of his opponent by not just targeting his family, but by making up elaborate lies to diminish the impact of what he did. It is humbling Drake by showing that he didn't just fail against Kendrick Lamar, but that he failed against the people. As just like Kendrick has said so many times in this beef, everything that this man stands for is an absolute lie. Now, the fact that Kendrick Lamar was ready to counter Drake for bringing his family into things, and overall just trying to destroy his image with pure lies, is truly commendable and shows just how battle-ready and calculated Lamar is. But overall, while this only makes Kendrick look better, I don't think Drake has ever looked this pathetic in his entire career. So let me know, what do you think about Drake's main defense against Kendrick Lamar being proven to be a flat-out lie, and how do you think this makes him look at this point? I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you want to see every diss track between Kendrick, Drake, and every other rapper who jumped in their feud ranked from worst to best, check out the suggested video.
I'll be honest, bro. Like I said, we're living in a day and age where even rap beef gets handled differently. Like back in the day, this shit could have probably ended careers. You know what I mean? If it came out that you were probably lying or you got exposed for certain shit. But we find nowadays, in today's era of music, that fans overlook all types of shit. Like when a fan is your stand, bro, it doesn't matter what you kind of do, you're always gonna find someone that's gonna vouch for you, even if it's the most egregious thing. Now you might lose a lot of the fan base, but you're still gonna find that core group that's still gonna rock with you regardless. It's a different day and age, bro. I'll be damned if Drake don't drop another beat, another track this year, and it won't spin the block. Like, this ain't gonna affect either of their careers. So what are we really talking about here? Like, losing respect because Drake thinks that his fans are dumb enough to buy into the lies? I mean, okay. Even if grown men say, yo, we're done rocking with Drake, Drake is a lie, this, that, and the third, we can't rock with that. You know how many kids listen to Drake? You know how many 17, 18-year-olds idolize Drake that don't care about this Kendrick Lamar beef? That Kendrick could expose the worst things about Drake, and people are still gonna bump to his music and tune into everything that he got going on. It's like, these guys are so high up that we're not gonna stop the money train, because let's be honest, man, a lot of these artists are supported by these TikTokers, bro, and these TikTokers are ruling shit, bro. Every time Drake, I mean, look at TikTok and Kendrick with Kendrick's last project, bro. It's spinning. You're not going a day without hearing this shit, bro. So in terms of a moral compass, I never thought that there was a moral compass in hip hop, especially when it came to beef. These guys say whatever and do whatever behind closed doors and smile in front of the camera to come across like a likable figure. So we're not gonna act like this tactic by Drake. Oh, Drake is a liar, we're gonna cancel him for that. Grand scheme of things, people don't care. Is the music good? That's what we care about. I'm gonna holler at you guys next video, bro. But this is how Drake just got exposed for lying. On my watch, it doesn't change a damn thing. Drop a song.